The Eurozone and the European Union financial stability is collapsing. And I'm sure it's the fault of Brexit and Liz Truss. Oh wait. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. European stability is on the brink of collapse. And as we said, clearly it's Brexit's fault and Liz Truss. It's Liz Truss's mini budget that's destroying the Eurozone. No, because inflation was already going up and the currencies, the euro currency is already going down. Dollar's going up. Now, pound is already recovering anyway, even before this morning, before the U-turn on the top rate of income tax for the past few days. Pound is coming back up anyway. No one's talking about what's going on inside the European Union. Everyone's talking about, well, how bad conservatism is in Britain and in America. Let's talk about the ESRB. Now, the European Systemic Risk Board, who've come out to send a massive warning to the European Central Bank, to the European Union, and the leaders of the Eurozone in general, saying, guys, you guys have gone too far. They sent this letter, massive, very robust. This was obviously they sent out on the 22nd of September. Now it's been updated on the issue of the recommendations. And the recommendations are very important to actually talk about. They've said, we have identified three main financial stability risks, which may materialize simultaneously. Number one is rising financial distress for businesses and households. Now, and again, there's an issue with markets and, of course, the financial sector in general, any impact on those. But again, not only that the lefties are not talking about it, but even the mainstream media, that some people would say, well, Maya, why would they talk about what's going on in Europe? We could just talk about our own country. Sure, if the media were consistent. When things go well in Europe and go badly here, they are more than happy to use them as an example to attack us. They are more than happy to say, look at the stability and the unity of the European partners against us. So that's normal, yeah? Why is the consistency not being there now? Because now we've seen the chaos. The Eurozone at risk of financial meltdown as a market chaos spreads around the continent. Now, again, the surging inflation is one thing. The energy crisis in terms of the actual supply is another problem. Because there are so many different news stories going on when it comes to Italy dragging Europe towards another Eurozone crisis. That's another angle. The incompetent Italian politicians and financiers who've destroyed the economy of that country, but because they're linked to the Eurozone, domino effect. They go down, they're going to bring everybody down with them. Now, Meloni and her new government have pledged to make some U-turns on previous administrations, and they have to go with a bit more radicalism and robust ideas, sort of like Liz Truss's government. As long as they don't make U-turns on the U-turns, that will be amazing. But again, there are various other angles. As we said, the energy crunch is going to be sparking flashbacks to the Eurozone crisis of about, 10 years ago and before that as well. It's about every 5 years the Eurozone crashes a little bit. And this is another example of the incompetence of not just the people in charge, it's the model. The model is wrong. Globalization of systems and models is idiotic. Even on a national level, blanket policies don't work. On a national level, the centralized planning systems don't work. Imagine what it looks like on a continental level, and imagine if the ultra-globalists get what they want, which means blanket centralized policies on a global level. That's not going to happen. The requirements and values in China is different to Japan, to Nigeria, to Canada, and to Sweden. They're all different. You can't have one model for the whole world. This is the biggest debate during this era of absolute chaos. Now, this is exactly why we have this channel, to counter the ultra-globalist nonsense that's going on. Now, speaking of which, the next video is about the CCP in China, who are doing something very, very dodgy by taking over the world, by opening up illegal and secret police stations. in foreign countries. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi and we are the media.